Hello again. I suspect that many viewers will remember Alex Belfield, who until the autumn of 2022 was running a hugely popular YouTube channel with over 300,000 subscribers. Quite a few people watched both his channel, which is called The Voice of Reason, and this one. There is, of course, a very fine line sometimes between robust commentary and mockery of public figures on the one hand, and harassment and stalking on the other. It was decided by a jury at Nottingham Crown Court in September 2022 that Belfield had crossed this line, and he was convicted of 4 counts of stalking, for which he was sent to prison for over 5 years. Many people thought this a very harsh sentence, and it looked to some as though the establishment was using the case as a way of discouraging YouTubers and others from being too outspoken in expressing their views and opinions. I make no comment on this, I am merely saying what happened. Last year, while he was still in prison, a policewoman whom Alex Belfield had named on his channel secured a judgment against him for defaming her, and he apologised, paid damages and all her legal costs. In June, Belfield is due to be released, and judging from his latest video on The Voice of Reason, he will be back in action as soon as he hits the streets. I'll give a link to this video in the description to this video, and I recommend that people read the description beneath this new video of his, because it tells us what he plans to do as soon as he is released. For one thing, he has apparently written no fewer than 6 books while he's been inside, which is quite an achievement. I routinely knock out this many in the same course of time, but of course most of mine are pulp westerns, so they're a lot easier than what Alex Belfield has been writing. His books are non-fiction and will be published as soon as he's out, starting with his autobiography, which is coming out on the same day that he is released, which is June the 15th. This should prove interesting, as there have been some pretty curious rumours about his private life, and I, for one, will be interested to see what he tells us. When he was sent to prison, he was touring and doing a double act with Katie Hopkins, working various music halls, and these shows are, it appears, due to resume. I'm looking forward to seeing how YouTube handles his return, because I thought after his conviction that they might terminate the channel, but this hasn't been done. I rather suspect, though, that they will be keeping a strict eye upon him, for just at the moment social media companies in Britain are treading very carefully to avoid falling foul of the new laws which are coming in. I have a horrible suspicion that his 2.5 years in prison have not changed Alex Belfield in any noticeable way, or caused him to be any more careful with what he says publicly. I note that we still read about Knott's corrupt police arresting him 5 times and raiding his home 3 times without a warrant, and we learn that this was intended to bankrupt, break and destroy him. It's no affair of mine, but if I had forked out a substantial sum in damages to a police officer from the Nottingham force last year, I might be inclined to steer clear of mentioning any of them again in a hurry. Still, it's nothing to do with me, and I'm looking forward to watching Voice of Reason when he's released. Say what you like about the man, he was never dull.